You said you'll answer.
Super.
Yeah,
Of course I'll answer.
Andhadhun was like a mind-bending journey.
When the whole OTT boom happened, suddenly you saw shows which were full of cuss words. Matlab Vijay Raaz, Manoj and KK. तो वो अगला बोल रहा है तू सिर्फ 4 दे रहा है मैं 6 देता हूँ.
Every media person will ask a female about pay parity. You know, a man is paid more, you are paid less. So why are you asking me? Why don't you ask the person who's paying them more? I think friendship is the most beautiful, beautiful thing that a human being has been gifted with. I don't have any opinion on the industry and I don't want to have any opinion on the industry.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode, a very, very special episode of Baatcheet with Yuva. We have two incredible artists, incredible talents, people who I have loved and admired for years and years and years. One of whom I have had the privilege of having spoken to before, and one who I have never had that honor to, but this is going to be the first time. We have Tabu ma'am and Neeraj Pandey sir. It is unreal for me that you are all here in our office for your film Auron mein Kahan Dum tha. I wanted to actually first start by asking, do you both still get nervous? आप लोगों ने इतनी brilliant चीज़ें बनाई हैं, इतनी successful चीज़ें बनाई हैं. When a new film is coming out, there is a performance pressure also that I have to live up to the name that I have in this industry, the name I have built for myself. And you're an outsider. You're not someone who's from here. How do you even approach something like that? How do you remove that idea of this pressure and go through this journey just focusing on the work?
I look at it slightly differently. The first and foremost thing that comes to my mind is that by and large people are now expecting very little from people around them. Right? So I think that I'm blessed. That ways कि कोई उम्मीद तो करता है कि हाँ कुछ something will come of a certain threshold in terms of quality and all that. So actually I feel blessed. There's no other way for me to look at this situation that I have in my life. It also makes me accountable and responsible that, you know, I can't take my audience for granted. And I use it as a fuel again. Ki, matlab, let's try and do something. Let's try and bring a better experience, a different kind of a story, something that will stay and resonate with the audiences. Yeah, that's how you look at it.
This is really nice. I love the calm energy. I'm learning already so much from listening to you. Ma'am, you know, if I ask the same question but in a slightly different way, you are Tabu. Okay? You know, you are an icon, right? And it is, I can't imagine what it feels to be that when you know there is so much love, there is so much respect, there's so much regard for you everywhere. Has it ever happened with you where, you know, you've not really thought about this idea of who I am as an actor, as a person, as a name in the industry, and then just done something and then people have really responded being like, and then you have had to consider, yeah, people take it far more seriously, my choices, than maybe even I do.
Like in a good way or bad way?
Anyway, you know, when sometimes you've done a film and you've really just not thought too much about it, and then everyone's been like, how could Tabu do this? You know, or the opposite where they have really been like, wow, can't believe she did it, and I'm so glad.
Baapre. Deep question. It's difficult not for people not to react and just take what you do lightly after a certain period of time, whether it's me or anybody who's accomplished in a way. Especially I think in the past few years, I would say it's always like, of course you are conscious of the fact that there is a responsibility that you have and you can't be callous about making choices. And that's all I think about, but not about who I have become and I have to cater to that position and all that, because I want to be sincere about making the choices for the correct reasons, you know, so that log aisa nahi bole ki arey ye kya kar liya. You know, I don't think I have that in me, but you never know. Sometimes I want to be that person कि मैं ऐसा कुछ करूं कि लोग बोले ऐसा कैसे कर लिया. जिस दिन वो मूड आएगा वो भी कर लूंगी.
Do you have like an example of something like this from your filmography where you just like, अब तो मैं ये करूंगी.
No, you know, in the beginning I'm sure many films that I was doing, people were like, "Arey, ye kya?" I remember now, like when we announced Chandni Bar, with the title, people thought it was like,
Correct.
Something really, really, matlab, cheap or whatever. And so many people called me up and said, "Ki, what kind of film are you doing? Are you crazy? And what kind of a title is this?" In fact, I remember Madhur had a different title for the film. His title was Hatash.
That is seriously depressing.
And I was like, I'm not doing this. Whatever the script is. Ye do choices hai. I said, I'll do it only if it's called Chandni Bar.
Nice.
So then we did the Muhurat in an actual beer bar.
I remember that.
And
Yeah.
people were like, what are you doing? What is she doing? And there was so much this thing. So many things. I think also when I did Astitva, when I played the, having the extramarital affair and all, everybody was like, what is this? We should not never play immoral characters. And shuru mein hua tha, but I think now people are totally used to me doing stuff now they are not shocked.
अब नॉर्मल चीजें एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर
हाँ, नॉर्मल चीजें एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते.
बोलते हैं कि भाई जब
कुछ टेढ़ा नहीं हो तो now it will be difficult for people to see me as a very nice, फिर उनको लगता है नहीं, she'll definitely turn to be the killer in the last scene, even if she's like a nice girl. So I don't know what
Even in a
people
rom-com.
expect. Yeah, कुछ तो होगा. I think in Neeraj's film also people like romantic, लेकिन कुछ already people tell me कुछ तो है हाँ, climax में कुछ होगा, you're doing something like no. So like that.
Love that. But so tell me now, I mean, when you have someone like Tabu ma'am that you want to cast, and you know that she is this person, she is this icon, what do you think of is the right kind of role to take to someone like her?
You write a script and then you think of the casting. You don't think of casting pehle and then write a script. Na?
Yeah.
So, and by the time that you're through with the script, and in my case generally, I start seeing casting by the time that I'm halfway through the scripting. And then after that you make a call. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Big deal. I mean, the quality of the script is not going to change because of an actor.
I love how you say big deal, but it is sometimes a big deal getting rejected,
No, you don't look at that in that manner also, that, अभी सबके लाइफ में एक प्रायोरिटी है. Okay, every actor is going through his or her own journey. Okay, and you have to appreciate the fact that at that point of time, if that person is not wanting to do that particular film, it is not indicative that that person doesn't want to work with you.
Or that the script is a problem.
So it's not that कि अब मैं जिंदगी भर इसके साथ काम नहीं करूँगा. ऐसा थोड़ी होता है. You have to understand that that person maybe is doing something similar in that genre.
Interesting.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe the person is doesn't have the time or in terms of commitments and stuff like that. So you play it by the ear.
No, makes sense, absolutely. At what time of writing Auron mein Kahan Dum tha did you feel like, Tabu ma'am and Ajay sir are the right people to cast for this?
Somewhere around the midway only. I mean, I was very apprehensive of only one thing, that she was working so much with Ajay that every second film, I mean, तो मैं तो मतलब तबू आ भी रहा है मेरे दिमाग में, तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ यार कैसे करें इसको, मतलब we, and at that time funnily Drishyam was like 2 months up for release. Promotion started.
The second part.
The second part.
Correct.
And then Bhola she was already doing. तो मैं ये भी सोच रहा हूँ मतलब कि क्या है, कैसे करेंगे and all that. But luckily what happened was it played out in a manner that I ended up doing a season of Ops and then came back on this, and then finally when things looked like okay, I just going to have 2 more releases in between, and we have not seen this sort of a casting in this genre.
Sure.
So yeah, we might just be able to pull it off, and I made that call. Yeah.
And I know this is a question you won't answer, but if
No, I'll answer. Ask.
Okay, but if one of them would have said, if one of them would have said कि I can't do one more film with the other person, who among them would you have said कि इनको तो रखना है, आपके साथ बाद में काम करता हूँ? You said you'll answer. You said you'll answer.
Super.
Yeah,
of course I'll answer.
Okay, let's
I'll answer this. Okay. So.
Oh my God.
अभी आपने बोला आंसर तो नहीं.
I'll answer. I'll not step back. So, sequence of events.
Okay.
Ajay is cast. Ajay is cast. And I believe Tabu and Ajay are filming Bhola. When Ajay tells her that I'm doing this film with Neeraj. Okay. I am shooting Ops at that point of time and bidding my time for this and all that. And then I come and I call her up. Okay. And she says yes. So वो नौबत नहीं आई.
अब वो तो ठीक है, नौबत नहीं आई.
I'll answer. With your permission. He would have retained Ajay and he would have changed me.
नहीं.
100%.
नहीं, तो that means you're saying that you would have.
Because he was already in the film.
Being the
Ajay was
optimist that I am,
Yeah.
I never thought about this for a second.
We didn't know this question was coming actually.
नहीं.
I love the optimism.
Yeah, and you have to hustle that bit. You know that when you want two actors. Frankly speaking, I've never been in that situation ever. When I started out with Naseerbhai and Anupam ji for the first film, it never boiled down to and that question कि यार इसको मत लो उसको लो. In spite of the fact that you know how fine they get along, right?
Yeah.
So.
History hai.
But being professionals, and I don't think that any actor would say this. I don't know. I mean, in my timeline of the films and the shows that I have done, it's never boiled down to that. कि एक आदमी, because that's not their business actually.
No, fair, I'm just helping
Shouldn't,
that.
yeah, but they do.
Correct.
Yeah, we know that they do, but yeah, lucky so far.
So ma'am, again, when अभी ये हो गया, it worked out in a very nice way. But when you get one more script that says there is
Ajay Devgn
and then there is Tabu, what makes you say, okay, done?
I think we have a good thing going professionally. Personally, though, chalo, we know each other. That's a different thing. But abhi tak, I don't think there is a kind of like monotony or people don't say ke, "Are yaar, phir se." I don't know. Ab bolenge ke nahi? I don't know. But abhi tak, still people have that thing ke, oh, Ajay and you are there together, we really want to watch this film or we want to watch this film. Aapko, you get a sense, na? So you know that wo stage nahi hai and there's still, interest with people of watching both of you together. And luckily we've sort of been able to keep that, matlab, wo standard maintain kiya hai with the kind of films we've done, scripts, chosen scripts and all that. And Auron Kahan Dum, that is a part of that whole thing of doing different, like being paired in a different way in every film. So maybe that's why there's still interest in people to watch both of us together. So I think, and I know कि कुछ अच्छा ही होगा if he's doing it, and maybe I'm sure it suits both of us in a way. So I'd say yes. Of course the material has to be.
Now, when you also come to a place where you have done so much great work, you also are kind of choosing the directors that you're working with, right? Like till a point of time when the director is choosing the actor, after which it's mutual, and then after which there is also a point where the actor is like, now I get to choose who I get to work with. What is it about Neeraj sir that you felt like when you got?
मैं हूँ.
हाँ तो मैं अच्छी बात है पूछना कि when that you're going to work.
He hates being praised when he's around. So I'm not going to say anything now.
Thank you.
No, we
so
have
much.
to now. We have to.
No.
There has to be something about him that is, you've obviously worked with him now.
I have loved his work. Matlab, I'm trying to say it as clinically as I can without gushing.
Yeah.
I have loved his work. I called him and I saw Special 26.
Oh, wow.
And I always thought it will be very interesting to work with him because the combination will be interesting. Because I'll be doing something that is, in his genre. So it's always interesting for an actor to work in interesting genres that maybe they have the director that they haven't worked with.
Correct.
और वो एक first time का एक combination से always there is something special that comes out of it, I feel. So और मैं तारीफ नहीं करने
Thank you.
Do you have like non-negotiables when it comes to the portrayal of the woman in the script? Because again, there is a lot of, आपने खुद ही हमने बात की, there is expectations from you. There is a certain way you are looked at now, you know, as there is a certain understanding everyone has of the roles that you played, the different kind of women you have played. You've always had such dignity, such grace, such respect to all the roles. Is that something that you always observe in the scripts that you get? Is the woman character written? Do you have non-negotiables for that? कि ऐसे नहीं होगा तो मैं फिर ये शायद women character नहीं करने वाला.
I think when you grow as a person, your non-negotiables also change and they evolve. Yeah. What I would definitely not do maybe 15 years back, I'm okay doing now. Or what I would be okay doing 15 years back, I'm completely not okay doing that now. So it really depends on where you are. I wouldn't do boring characters. I think that's non-negotiable for me. मुझे boring character मत देना, मैं नहीं करूँगी. You know, or I'll make it interesting. Otherwise, it really depends on the material that is in front of me. You know, I feel that if I am propagating something that I feel is against my value system, not value system is very broad, but against what I want to propagate or what I want to put out in the world, then I probably would not do it. And what I'm being challenged
इस thread पे सिर्फ एक और question पूछूंगा, which is there anything that you can think of recently that you've done that you feel like मैं पहले नहीं करती? Yeah, now I'm happy to have done something like this or excited.
You know, I think
also.
Andhadhun would be a good example. I don't think female characters like that were written. वो अलग बात है कि मैं करती या नहीं. But ऐसे characters I don't think अब से पहले लिखे गए थे. And of course, for a lead actor to do that, and you know, I think that was a very, very, very big shift in terms of even how I would look at myself after Andhadhun as an actor. You know, it was really, really radical.
And they did a damn good job out of it. All the actors were hitting the right note. It very rarely does that happen.
Yeah.
And for black humor, that's a must.
Yeah, it was very difficult. It could have gone either way, completely. I could have really become like, you know, the cardboard, you know, depiction of some. It was very easy to do that, but really to strike that balance and to have like humanize this person, but still keep her interesting, still have the darkness that would give her that edge as a character or to me as an actor.
I wanted to ask you, but never got around. You guys were realizing that while you were making it?
You know, Andhadhun was like a mind-bending journey, like personally, professionally, in so many ways that it really like scattered me. You know, it was like all over the place because it was so many things that you were
navigating.
I didn't want to make her like blasé, frivolous and all that. This character that I was playing, she was actually improvising as she's going. You know, she was building up things, na? It's not like एक scene लिखा हुआ है और वो जाके कर रही है कि आपको मालूम है कि ये scene यहाँ से शुरू होता है और यहाँ end होता है. You know, so ये कुछ बोलता है तो then she will do this, then she will do that. She is making up things as she goes.
Right.
She's completely making up things. Yeah. But of course, in the script, you know that this is the scene, but you have to like make it up as you go. So her entire character is built on ambiguity. She does not know. She's not going, this character is not going to Ayushman's house with an idea के अब मैं जाऊंगी और उससे प्यार से बात करूंगी. ऐसा नहीं था. She is also going, seeing how he is reacting, then he is doing all that. So her entire persona was ambiguous. The audience does not know what she is going to do because she does not know what she is going to do. It's really, you know, in her survival and her like her kink, her madness, you know, but also I wanted people to root for her somewhere. You know, I wanted that. I told Shriram, I want people to root for her. I don't want it to be like so black or white. You know, you should feel bad for her in the end when she's driving that car and she's crying. You must feel bad for her because there is a human inside her. I wanted to see that emotion also, you know. So it was really like we built whatever, however we could.
Wow. So what are the non-negotiables to you as a writer and then as a director, that this is something that I don't want to
Shortcuts. No, you like when the whole OTT boom happened, suddenly you saw shows which were full of cuss words. There was adult content being propagated and all that. Was a shortcut, right? We never looked at it that way. I mean, for us, I mean, just because it's a medium that didn't have censor, come on, let's have a ball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very stupid way of looking at content creation, right? So we stepped back and we didn't do any content till the time that we finally had someone who was excited about a special ops.
Correct.
And a khaki or say freelancer for that matter or whatever that we've done. So the idea is to just stick to something. At least utna define kar lo, and like she said, I mean, things will change. Your thought processes will change as you sort of have a trajectory, a journey, and they will be replaced by something newer. But the core DNA of it will never change.
Yeah.
You know, आपने जैसे कस्वर्ड्स की mention की, मुझे याद आया सातु चक्के. I know it was stuck in like development hell for a very long time, and a lot of Apar Shakti's debut it was. And I had seen Faisal Bhai was also part of it. I know. So he had shown me like some part of it when we used to work together really long ago, and it had a lot of them. The language of the world. Cuss word. So I'm just now curious to know, how do you know when is the right time to use something like a cuss word, or when you say sex, adult content, when is the right time to have sex or?
So I'll give you an example of a sequence that we did in Ops. Where KK's character interrogates Ajmal Kasab in the that's the scene, and the whole sequence flows very organically. There are two people chatting. He's been just caught after the bomb blasts and all that, and then the sequence ends with a very high note where Himmat uses an expletive. So for me, that's okay. I mean, that's what we do in real life also, right? I mean, but it doesn't start with expletive and then goes into some sort of a... So, I mean, that's one example that I can give you. Satu Chekke mein, the reason I had to step back was because a lot of these actors started improvising on the fly, and I was not there on set. And what turned out was everybody having a ball. And मतलब अच्छा तू 2 ही दे सकता, मैं 4 देता हूँ ना. तो अगला बोल रहा है तू सिर्फ 4 दे रहा है, मैं 6 देता हूँ. तो it became a circus. And when I saw it for the first time, मैं बोला boss ये, I mean we would have rather burnt cash, rather than making this entire thing.
So where were you when it was happening?
I was.
You were not directing it?
No, I was not directing it. We were producing it.
Manoj was in it, no?
Manoj was.
Manoj loves the film.
All these guys, they मतलब Vijay Raaz, Manoj, and KK, and all the उसको देख के वो जो ग्रुप में 4-5 जो होते थे, वो सब शुरू हो गए. तो मतलब कोई वहाँ से एक लाइन शुरू होता था. And it used to just, when I saw the edit, I realized that wow, I mean all of them are enjoying the film while making it. Nobody's going to see this. So yeah, it was heartbreak for my director Sanjeev also, but I kept on trying to
put some structure,
some sanity in that, but he was very confident that this is Delhi 6. This is the way how people work. And now I'm wondering, Delhi 6 में तो मैं भी जाता था यार. मैं तो नहीं देखा, ये तो नहीं देखा था मैं. So yeah, I mean, but you live and learn, I guess. Live and learn.
Do you remember the most innovative? Because I remember काफी innovative गाने.
अरे उसका तो अति ये था कि उसके promotions में.
अरे that clip of Vijay Raaz and Manoj.
Yeah.
You've seen
No,
that?
I've not seen.
What?
You have to
The
go on
most
YouTube.
famous
Oh,
one.
really? I've
There
not
is
seen
one
shit.
clip in which they are only abusing. And they are talking. तो मतलब जो कसर वहाँ shoot पे बचा था, they went ahead and completed while promoting the film.
They have broken down the words. They have said it in a different rhythm.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So मतलब
Wow.
आप क्या non-negotiable की बात कर रहे हो? यहाँ तो they destroyed the bloody institution only.
Love it.
So I mean, yeah, you do a quick recalibration and और वो होता है ना कि आप जल्दी से जाके कुछ और अच्छा बनाते हो ताकि ये पाप धुल जाए वो वाला सिनेरियो बनता है. So you take added responsibility on the next project बोले कि मतलब you have got to go 180 completely.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Does this bring up any memory of your own?
My own.
मतलब आपने अगर if you've ever been in a position like this where you were just like क्या हो रहा है?
तो तुम्हें भी had 2 गाली जो सेंसर ने वो कर दिया था वो भी 30 years back. So yeah.
I don't mean in terms of galis, but I feel like again, as you said, you sometimes get into projects and not know like what is going to come out of it.
Yeah. I'm always prepared for anything. Because इतनी फिल्में करनी है, इतने अलग-अलग लोगों के साथ काम कर लिया. You should not have any expectations because ये मैंने कब किया? कभी-कभी ऐसे भी होता है, you know. Sometimes you look in the mirror and say, wow, आज मैं बहुत अच्छी लग रही हूँ यार. Wow, नजर का टीका भी लगाते हैं सब लोग before leaving this world. And when you see yourself, you're like, what? क्या? ये कब हो गया? So ऐसा बहुत होता है film industry में. So yeah.
But do you also, that's interesting that you said that. Do you ever actually get, because you seem like the actor that everyone always assumes is never going to care about vanity. Is that something you ever actually care about? When you see yourself, do you always be like, अच्छा मैं ऐसी यहाँ अच्छी नहीं दिख रही, versus अच्छी acting नहीं कर रही?
I want to hear this answer. हाँ भाई, बोला जाए.
होता है, not
Thank God.
I can't control it. मैं कभी बोलूँगी नहीं कि अरे ये don't put light like this, like that. But after a point, you know that okay, this is not my best or whatever. But then I'm not so significant about it. Like इसकी ना बहुत actually fundamental चीज़ ये है कि if you know how you look, देखो, by me being vain or by constantly worrying about how I'm looking is not going to change my face, ना? तो हर इंसान को तो पता होता है ना how they look in the mirror. If you are okay with that, then you are okay. मैं क्या करूँगी? मतलब I don't know how it helps or what it adds or subtracts if you're like about that. But you know your potential, you know how you can look, you know what looks good on you, what does not look good on you, and बाकी सब जो है मेरे लिए mental time waste है and it's a drain. That's my thing. Yeah. So I am very clear about किस पे ज़्यादा time बिताना है और किस चीज़ पे नहीं बिताना है. That also you should know ना as a person कि what needs your attention and what absolutely does not need your attention. आपको इतना तो distribute करना आना चाहिए ना कि मुझे मालूम है मैं कैसे लगती हूँ. I know my face. I've lived with it since so many years. You know, so I know how I will look in a sari or a jeans or a bikini or a whatever. So you choose, and beyond a point, you have to be okay with it, no?
But the reason I'm also asking because in an industry like ours, and especially for women actors, there is so much scrutiny with the way that they look, the weight that they have sometimes, you know, कितने आप fair हो, कितने आप dark हो, हर चीज़ पर मतलब whether it is from the journalism community, whether it is from critics, whether it is from fans.
Sorry, it's not just in films, it's in society.
Sure, exactly.
Okay, then?
So that's my point, like how do you, when you exist in a society like this, how do you navigate something like this, you know, because
it's all very individual. I mean, you can just ask me how I do it, but that might not be somebody else's way and how they've grown up or how they have looked at physicality or physical appearance and what is important to them. You know, how they look at the world and how they look at their profession. I would like to in fact ask Neeraj as a director. It's interesting because see, you will ask me, I'm the subject of the question.
Sure.
So I feel it's more interesting to ask a perspective of a director or a DOP or a makeup artist to how they look at this.
So
where it stands in their priority list and how they look at this, you know?
Yeah.
Because I am inside that concept that you want me to talk about.
Yeah.
But
no, that's a great thing, and I'd definitely love to ask Neeraj sir about this. But
just a deviation.
Yeah, just as a
because I mean, ये question तो चलो आप हर एक से पूछते हो. You ask every woman के ये vanity है and how does it and how do you navigate and how important is it and society इतना pressure डालती है. आप औरतों को पूछ रहे हो. You ask this to a perspective that is actually witnessing this. That is more interesting. Like every media person will ask a female about pay parity. Every journalist will ask only the woman ke, you know, a man is paid more, you are paid less. So why are you asking me? Why don't you ask the person who's paying them more? Why are you asking me? You know, how am I supposed to answer this question? So unless you just want to sensationalize the quote by saying, I hate it that I am being paid less. That's all. I can either say that or I can say, I'm okay with being paid less. You're not going to get anything out of this question asking me. Why don't you ask the male actor? Why are you paid more than the female actor? That would be an interesting perspective. है ना? So this whole beauty ka perspective na, I feel it's more interesting when there is an outside lens to it. Because beauty is always, beauty or whatever, physicality is always in the context of the lens that is on it. Right?
I love that, yeah. That's a great thing. I mean, I think what a fantastic answer. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Super.
Jawab ki responsibility gayi. No, I really want to ask my directors and all that. You know, how is it really? I don't think they really care.
Yeah.
About?
No, मतलब
नहीं
मतलब मैं इतना अगर आप कर रहे हो तो डायरेक्टर थोड़ी बोलेगा. डायरेक्टर को चाहिए कि आप आके टाइम पे शॉट दे दो.
Right.
है ना? If he thinks that इतना कुछ ऊपर नीचे
So
है.
I'll just cut in a bit. So first day of shoot, okay, and it's a sequence that's supposed to be like wee hours of the morning, which we are actually filming in late dusk, Magica and all that. And the character that she's playing, Vasudha, she is unable to sleep on that night, and so she comes out of the bedroom and sits on the window sill. And you don't want makeup, right? And she landed on the set, and she was having a little bit of makeup, but we immediately, there was no fuss, is what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, you understand that, I mean, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're not supposed to be wearing makeup, right? So my perspective on that was, it's as simple as that, as to what we do in real life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't need, it doesn't need. And then when we were filming like her in her workplace, and she was wearing a sari, and she was carrying minimal makeup on that, because that's the character. So you make these calls subject to what the scenario is, yeah.
But I think what ma'am has also said, it's a great question actually to pose to a director, even as someone who's been part of this industry for a while. Do you think things are now changing? Do you think that we are now looking at gender in slightly more progressive ways, or do you still think that there are roles that men and women are still supposed to occupy in the minds of maybe the audience sometimes, maybe the platform sometimes, maybe the studio sometimes? Do you think there is still that pressure, or do you think it's changing now?
Yeah, it's a very complex world. Okay, there have been, you know, various sort of groups. They're the warrior class. Okay, there is the I don't care class. Okay, and there's also I'll do anything class. Okay, so और ये हमेशा exist किया है. It's not that, you know, it was not there. And if you look at even Hollywood, the West, for that matter, European cinema and all that, our business is such that, you know, every passerby will have an opinion. यार उसको ले लेता थोड़ा तो मतलब शायद अब वो क्या तो मतलब आप किसका सुनोगे? So I suggest that, you know, the best way to answer your question is that, you know, you try and, you know, fight it out, slug it out, and start, you know, because it's only one life. I keep telling her the same thing, that ki hum log, what do we want to do here? We want to do a certain kind of work, certain amount of work in a certain manner, right? We'll find someone or the other to sort of side along with us and make those journeys possible, yeah.
Do you have an opinion in that sense about the way we are as an industry when it comes to
I don't
gender?
have any opinion on the industry, and I don't want to have any opinion on the industry. I'm not here to fix it or carry the flag of the film industry anywhere. That's
very
it.
Fair. That's very fair. I want to get to we have a really fun section at the end that I want to get to, but before that, because your film is about love, I want to actually just ask, what is your understanding, both of you, what does love mean to you? Just as individuals, what is your understanding of love? What does it mean to you?
Go first.
It's unconditional for me, yeah.
Okay.
And that's what the film is all about. Yeah.
Tell me more. Unconditional. What is unconditional?
Yeah, he also always wants to know more.
Unconditional would mean it's untransactional. So, I mean, there's no expectancy and there's nothing that I do this for you, you do this for me.
Yeah.
It's bereft of that, I guess. So, I mean, that's the only thing that comes to my mind.
Love that. It's very pure thing. But do you think I would define it as an old school idea of love. Do you think
now,
that
old
it's
you, na
something-
main. Old school hi aayega.
Do you think when you make a film like that, sir, and when you're talking about, you're bringing this idea of love in a film, do you feel like there is still an audience for this understanding? Because I feel like there's just...
We'll find out on the 2nd of July.
Yeah.
It's become so complicated. Love has become so complicated.
It is
and-
not.
No,
it's
in
not.
fact, it's become very
Yeah.
ulta hai abhi.
It's not complicated at all.
Yeah. It has many more frills now, maybe external frills. But complicated kaise ho sakta hai? If it is real love, it can't be complicated. It's very clear.
Yeah.
I love you, you love me, we are in this together, and that's it. No complication.
वो वही अभी इनसे पूछेंगे जेंजी से बताएंगे और क्या क्या कॉम्प्लिकेशन है तो वो मैं ज्यादा बोलूंगा नहीं मेरा
वो
तो
लोग ऐड कर लेते अपने आप से
Yeah.
दैट उसका
Complicate करते हैं.
कॉम्प्लिकेट करते हैं.
हाँ बस ये फिर हो सकता है fair enough. But ma'am, what is your, like, for you, what is love?
Yeah, I think it's come down to this simple, unconditional thing where the two people feel for each other, and there's no compromise on that, and there are no frills to it. That's it, I think.
Yeah.
And then of course it gets deeper, and of course because it's also a practical relationship, na? If it is a practical living thing that you're sharing with each other, then it has its growth every day. And to experience that feeling with each other and growing with each other with that feeling every day, I think it's must be a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I don't just mean in romantic, senses, but what does love mean in your life, And I don't, again, as I said, I don't mean it particularly in
Romantic
companionship.
love.
Just love.
It's the most important thing for me in life. The love that I have with my mother, the love that she has with me, the love that my friends have for me, the love that I have for them and I get from them. And the love that even apart from my friends, that I experience, that forms the basis of my existence. And I think all of us really live for that, or to feel that, or to be able to give that. You also want to be able to give that kind of love. And I always want to be able to give love, not just to receive love. It's the glue that sticks the entire universe together. I would like to call it love. It could be anything. We could break it down to any kind of phenomena, but it's literally love.
Love that. I mean, I want to hear more from you because I think that's such a, out of all the things you said, I think this was something that really struck me, that it's such a beautiful thing to have.
I've always maintained, not just said, but my friendships have been my core, like, relationships. With my family and then my friends. I cannot imagine what my life would have been without my friends. And my friends have been part of every experience that I've had, the good, the bad, the sad, the ups and downs, and professional, personal, and that's something that's non-negotiable for me, I think friendship is the most beautiful thing that a human being has been gifted with, because we choose people who we want to be friends with, and it's something that does not depend on a signature, there is no technicality in a friendship. You just want to be with each other, you feel comfortable with each other, you share so many things with each other, and they are part of your journey. So I think what kind of people you gravitate towards, and sometimes we go in different directions, and that's also fine.
We have this very nice segment, but before that we get to that, I just want to say again, thank you so much for being so honest and candid. I am so grateful that both of you are here. You know, it's not often that we have folks like you who are legends in your own right coming to our office.
Thank you for having us.
And I'm just, it's really like a privilege and an honor, a pleasure, every single thing just to be sitting across the two of you. We have this segment. It's called Wholesome Compliments and Kind Compliments. We have gotten it's the opposite of what people do in mean
Rapid
tweets.
Fire.
Mean tweets होता है ना,
अच्छा,
लेकिन हमारा opposite है. हम लोग kind comments करते हैं. So we have gotten comments from people on the internet who said some really nice things about you. We'd like to just have you read them and tell me what you think. So N is obviously Neeraj and T is obviously Tabu. So please take one each and read out.
T. The name Tabu defines the gracious, the unforgettable roles she played on the screen when I saw her in the year 2000. No one has imagined that one day she will reign in Bollywood. Not reign like rain. 24 years have passed, but the force, zeal remains. Zeal the same. The zeal, the force remains the same. From Aman Kumar. Thank you, Aman Kumar. So sweet. I hope the zeal remains forever.
Neeraj Pandey should make a complete baby spy universe. Thanks, Abhishek. Actually, there's too many universes getting made these days, so I think it's a better world without my contribution to it in any manner.
पूरे नहीं करना है.
You don't have to. कोई limit नहीं है.
Of this lady. Many smile. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 smileys. Just give any role, she just will kill it. She's so good. Be it heroine or villain, nothing beats her. I love reading these with the performance. Thank you so much.
Can I ask you a question? Do you realize that you're Tabu? Like, I think do you get it? Like, I don't think like.
I don't know how should it feel?
I don't know. I feel like you don't know the way that everyone looks at you. You know. मुझे लगता है आपको पता है कि आपको लोग कैसे देखते हैं.
completely aware.
डायरेक्टर से आप कुछ नहीं छुपा सकते.
So yeah.
No further explanation.
No further explanation. And that's the best part of it, by the way. That's the best part.
I think she knows. Okay, great. Superb.
Your turn.
Sir, please make Special Ops new season. It's gotten made. Khaki getting made. Yeah. Freelancer might get made. We are eagerly waiting for that. That's Rashidul Islam 7018. Yeah. So work in progress. Yeah, on all these.
Thank you for the updates.
Yeah, thank you.
They'll appreciate
I
it.
think you just. Okay.
Right. Absolutely right.
I have not
I
said
think
anything.
so.
This is all chosen for the team.
I think so.
It's
a shame that Tabu doesn't get enough interview time.
आज के दिन तो गलत हुआ.
Cannot say that today. Especially when we can get her into worldview like this. Phenomenal thinking and great person too. Besides being such a good actress, more power to her. Wow. The name's ABC. The name is ABC. You're not telling me your name, but you want my interview time. It's interesting.
Do you agree that you think that there's not enough interviews of you out there in the world?
But I don't give interviews.
वही क्यों मैम ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं आप?
Because वही सवाल पूछेंगे कि क्या है, आप कोई pranks बताइए. What makes you say yes to a film? Pranks बताइए. अजय देवगन ने बहुत pranks खेले हैं. बताइए आप. What's your best memory of this film? And then the person is not even interested in your answer. What's the best memory of this film? And then they have forgotten something. They're into the next question.
Next question, Google.
Next question. And you're Like, you're answering, you want to answer to them and they're not interested in your answer. What is your best memory of so and so film? And then they're done it. तो मैं क्या ऐसे इंटरव्यू करूंगी ना मैं?
Thank you
कितने
for.
बार अपने बारे में बोलूंगी?
But thank you for giving us time. I just अभी अब ये सुनकर तो मुझे लग रहा है thank you so much. It just means a lot to me that chosen us, believed that we will not ask those questions.
No, it was really nice. That's why we are here.
I'm so happy to hear that.
I can't read this.
What is
this
it?
is no. This is
Yeah, what is this?
Too much
very
Chari?
embarrassing.
No, I will read it.
No.
I'll read it. आप मुझे दे दो, मैं पढ़ लूँगा.
Take this.
This is
बस.
the embarrassing ones are the.
Leave it. I'm
would
reading
you
it.
like
This
to read?
one.
How can I read his?
Neeraj
It's a very
Pandey.
nice
then-
one. You have to read this.
No, it's okay. I'm
You
reading
can
this
deny
one.
it.
No. Neeraj Pandey, the name is enough for me to go on and spend my time and money on his films. Appreciate that, Robert. Please go ahead and do it
Yeah,
again.
please spend money and watch out.
I'll just read the thing that he hadn't written. This is from Avijit Chha 1614, who says he is the present day Vijay Anand, one of the modern greats.
No, that's very embarrassing. That's extremely embarrassing. Thank you so much, but I don't agree.
I'm एक और आप last ले लो बस. Just one.
Oh,
Very nice. Your answers have been fantastic. Please.
My
And you're reading even better.
Superb. This is not the first time you're doing it, na?
it's the first time I'm doing it.
But
Yeah, you can choose whichever you want to read out.
But we do all these things, time pass with our friends, all this. Vasi. If there is anything too good to be true, it's Tabu.
Are.
Just, I'm not true. I'm not real. Enormously talented and exceptionally beautiful. In all her photos. It seems that she has descended on earth for a while and then she disappears. And then I disappear. Means what? अभी मैं क्या बोलूँ? Enormously talented, exceptionally beautiful. देखो मैं बार-बार पढ़ रही हूँ. फिर से कहो कहते हैं. अच्छा लगता है. In all her photos, I really take a lot of time to click my photos. It seems that she descended on earth for a while and then where do I disappear? I don't disappear anywhere. I'm on this earth, on these roads.
I think they don't see you too much on social media. I think that's where it's like कहाँ पे हुआ है.
It's beautiful, yeah. Saying that I've descended on the earth and all that, it's... No, it's really... No, I must, and I really appreciate every comment, every positive comment. Thank God I get positive comments mostly. But I really appreciate that they take so much time and so much thought to write these
And so much
things.
love.
So much love. And they genuinely mean it. They don't have to sit and write good things about you. You don't know them. They will never be in our, this thing, you know. I mean, we'll never come to know.
Yeah.
But just the, you know,
Thought.
thought that, really, that they can spend so much time and love it.
And this is for them. One thing that someone who's not in the room has told me to ask you, otherwise I'll get like, they'll get angry with me. One question, apparently on the internet, there is a really big, बहुत एक माहौल बन रखा है कि तब्बू एंड शाहरुख खान वाई आर दे नॉट डूइंग समथिंग टुगेदर बिकॉज आपकी जो साथिया का जो थोड़ा सा था देन इवन इन विच आर द फिल्म दैट यू हैड डन लाइक अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ अ स्मॉल रोल आल्सो हाँ महूना में जस्ट everybody on the internet apparently is there is this craze to see both of you paired. Do you know that there is this whole thing?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, so when is this happening? So please bata so.
बस अभी मैं स्क्रिप्ट लिख रही हूँ.
Nice.
शाहरुख खान को 100 करोड़ पहुंचाऊंगी घर पे. वो आएगा, मैं बोलूंगी पहुंच जाओ महबूब स्टूडियो में, जाके शूटिंग हो जाएगी.
Director negotiable है.
I choose the, आपने बोला I get to choose the director. नीरज सर को बोलेंगे, बस वो आके शूट कर देंगे.
ठीक है सर, आप ही कर रहे हो फिर वो फिल्म प्लीज.
बिल्कुल बन चुकी है.
बन चुकी.
लास्ट 2-4 सेकंड में ही बनी.
आपने अजय सर
इंस्टाग्राम में तो बना दी वो फिल्म. I don't think I need to do a film with him because the amount of thing that is going on, I think it's enough.
Mr. Will you work for Shahrukh? When will you work? Let me ask you.
I don't know. Like I told you, it doesn't work that.
Kumar sir, you've finished. You've got
Again, there was no plan. There was no plan. The script will tell you who to cast and as and when it happens.
How many movies you've done with Akshay? 4? Special 26, Baby,
Naam
I think Naam Shabana,
Toilet,
Naam
Naam Shabana.
Toilet and Rustam.
Whoa, 5.
So why are you not casting Shah Rukh Khan?
Again the same.
What is going on, sir?
Again the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
please.
I mean,
We want to see you with him as well.
Okay.
we'll see.
Okay,
It's
boss.
a very non-committal answer.
Okay.
Okay. Chalo, theek hai, we'll wait.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, thanks everyone.
Hi, this is Tabu.
Hi, this is Neeraj Pandey.
Please like, share, and subscribe to VI Yuva.
Thank you.